Welcome to the Ascension.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi, Mary.
how are
Good to
you?
see you. Good.
Today is Mindful Monday, and we've got Stephanie Wong with Beautiful
Hi.
Mind World. Hi. We are going to talk about grief. Let me get to my notes here. Uh, how to get through grief is what our topic is. So, if anybody
Yes.
in the audience has questions for Stephanie about grief or is going through some sort of grief, please comment or has thoughts or feelings, let us know. And we'll try to answer as best as we can. So, let's get started. So many people experience grief and loss, especially the last 2020.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what is one thing that we can do about that?
Well, we all know grief and loss do not limit only in people dealing with death. So it includes especially like losing a job, right? Divorce, um, break up, or loss of financial stability, loss of loss of freedom, especially like
Yes.
loss of health. Um, a lot of people have early retirement because of the pandemic. Um, Loss of friendship, loss of connection. Especially like freedom, like connection, you not be able to go out much, not going back to normal life. And it's all kind of grief and loss that we're dealing with. And it's also kind of like a sudden change of your life. Is dealing with shock, or like it is considered trauma to our body and to our mental health, to our mental system, to our body system. So I'm sure not everybody having the grief and loss, but I'm sure most of the people is because the pandemic is the worldwide, is the whole world, right, Mary?
Yes.
And also, do you agree that everybody grieve differently?
Definitely. Everybody
Some
does.
take it outward, emotionally outward, and some inward.
Mm-hmm.
Like um, for the people who grieve outward, they will cry, right? Or maybe the stay-home couples, they argue a lot. Have you heard about like the divorce rate is so much higher last year
No.
because of the pandemic?
Really? I didn't hear
Yes,
that.
yes, because they stay home, and then a lot of conflicts,
They
you
couldn't
know.
take it, so they just divorced?
Yeah, go research it. The divorce rate is higher
Oh.
during the pandemic.
I mean, I guess, yeah, with the kids and everybody home.
Yeah, yeah, they cannot go to school, a lot of stress. So really everybody dealing with grief differently. So even like people that you don't know, like you procrastinating, you easily get frustrated, or maybe some people notice they eat more, or they sleep more, they eat more. So those are kind of like dealing with the grief and the loss.
Do do um do some people like laugh instead of cry?
They do too.
Like the opposite
That's
reaction?
too. Yes, yes,
Or
that's
they're
too.
or are they trying to avoid it or
Yes.
that's just a
Yeah, you're
reaction?
right. Yeah, that's what I want to focus on today. Cuz a lot of people thinking like if I have a pain, if I ignore my hurt, ignore my pain, and it will go away faster. Let's say if I feel sad today, I feel stressed, I feel depressed, and I try to You know how important is positive thinking. I try to force myself to think positive, and then eventually it will go away. But it doesn't work that way sometimes. It depends on individual. So the pain won't just go away if you ignore it. And some people even like, oh, you know, when you're feeling sad, and then you heard friends say, be strong, you can do it, you just face it, face your loss, right?
Yeah.
Crying doesn't help. Crying doesn't mean do anything, but it does. Crying, it does help. It helps you to release the pain that inside of you, like in your grief. And or some people, you heard some people say, just move on, just move on, right?
Yeah.
That's not how to not the best way to deal with grief.
You have to
So
feel it or face it, right?
yes, yes. So I'm going to also share the 5 stages of loss that we have to go through. In either one stage that you stuck, that it means you're not going to heal. It's harder for you to heal. And the problem that you think that is gone, the trauma or the grief that you think is gone, maybe it will come back and haunt you one day. Your body will show. Your body will have some kind of illness, because so we have to go through every stages of this. Like for example, when you have something happen in your life, you grieve, and the first stage, usually people in denial. Have you seen your friends, or have you met anybody that is like in denial?
Yeah.
Like let's say the loved one that passed away, you're in denial that you still feel that they are here with you still, and you
Yes.
denial that, right? And you in a denial that like um kind of like it's hard to accept the fact, or the real, because it's hard for you to go through the emotional pain, right? Especially important, you lost your pet. Your pet is as your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or divorce or breakup, you still not be able to accept the reality that you break up with your boyfriend, you break up with your girlfriend, or you divorce, right? And so this takes time to process in the denial.
Mm.
How do you know that you move out of the denial stage? Is when you have anger. You start to get angry.
Yes. Okay, so you move on from denial to
To
anger.
anger, yes. So it's like, for example, if somebody have family loved one that pass away because of the for the virus, they may be after the denial stage, they move on to the anger stage. They will be have so much anger toward the virus, or maybe they have so much anger towards the government that they think the government not handle it correctly, right?
Yeah.
Or they have so much anger towards whatever reason they have anger. So that's the is necessary for people who are dealing with grief and loss. So we have to be understand, if you have loved one or friends that who is dealing with the grief and loss, even loss of job, losing their job, or losing their financial support, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
um, so get angry, and anger is necessary in the stage of uh, loss. This is must go through, but you don't a lot of people will stuck in this stage. Actually, they'll get angry, right? They have a lot of anger and frustration inside of them. Like they have fear. The fear is also um, in the stage of anger. They will have anxiety. When you in the stage of when you still feel like fear, is actually in the denial stage.
Mm,
that you have fear, like you denial, you cannot accept the truth, you cannot accept the fact, you cannot accept what already happened. That's in the denial, right? So when you move to the anger, you will have anxiety, frustration, irritation. You get irritated all the time.
yeah.
Hmm. So you have to release those anger. Like how you going to release it? So acknowledge your pain, right? Acknowledge it and understand this is just a grieving process. If you are the one who going through the grief, or you have friends and family that you want to help them to go through it, understand the anger, where's the anger come from, why they're so emotional. You have to support them, or support yourself, um, take care of yourself or take care of your loved one. So
Yeah.
you have to recognize each stage of the of loss. It's normal that we are going through this.
Then from releasing the anger, it goes into depression.
Uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. That's the stage that you feel like, mm, um it's actually not go to the depression. It's actually go to the bargain stage first, actually,
Before the
before the
depression.
depression.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So take a look of the blue one. This one, I think, the depression and the bargain is
Is off.
switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. Let's see.
So usually people will, before the after the anger, they in anger stage, they will go to the bargaining stage.
Sorry,
So
my.
it means like they will try to, like, let's say for people who lost their health, or maybe they will bargain, like try to think, oh, please let me have my health back, and from now on I'm not going to eat sugar anymore. Or please let me get my job back, and I will be working hard, so after the anger stage, it will be a bargain, like in the bargaining stage, um is 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 kind of like moving towards to healing, because in the this stage you will try also, like you will start to open up and willing to reaching out others for help.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, can you see? That's okay.
Okay. Okay. So denial, anger, bargaining,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
then depression.
The bargaining is the open door for you to reach out for help.
Okay. So you're trying to bargain so you don't feel
Yeah.
anger, or you're trying to.
Yeah, because you try to want to really bargain, like you want to change the circumstances or the situation that cause you loss or cause you grief, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, that um, you going to see that it's time for you to, maybe you will keep telling people about your story, you will keep talking about what makes you feel grief, what make you feel sad, and if you be able to reach that stage, that um because when you're talking to your friends, and you might feel like that's you can't it's very difficult for you to find the meaningful life, or difficult to find your purpose, so do not stop reaching out for help in this stage.
But is talk? I have a question. Hold on. So is talking about your story or your problem? Isn't that just wanting sympathy?
If we talking about going through the whole cycle, yes, it is very good. It is it's good to talk about your problem or your story, because you want to release it. You can't pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
If you pretend it's not happening, you kind of in a denial, you go back to the denial stage. But
You have to
if we
talk
go
about it.
through, yeah, if we go through all the 5 stages, we already heal. And if at that time you still talk about it, that is not too healthy. After you going through all the stages, it means that you relieve your pain,
Mm.
right? So when you're going through so you can see like what stages are you in. If you like your stages is not complete, for example, you denial, what do you mean like denial? Something shock happened in your life, you kind of not believe, it's something like you feel like it's not true, it's not real, right? So that's in a denial. But you skip it, you go to the, let's say you go directly to the depressed, because you don't want to talk about it. You think, if I'm not talking about it, if I avoid it, I will be healed faster, because some people will think that way, right?
Yeah.
So I try to like maybe go out with friends, and then I force myself to look something funny, some maybe funny movie or anything. So you try to skip the stage, and then you think you heal, but then you never get through your anger, you never get through your bargain, and it means some stage is stuck, and that is not a real healed. And eventually you feel like you're beside like energy vice, that you stuck in your trauma, and you also like eventually you will relieve, like you're going to attract the same situation that make you go through this cycle again.
Hmm. Okay. So then from bargaining, we go to depression.
Mm-hmm. And this stage, maybe you feel like a fullness of sadness. For some people, you have sleeping problem, or maybe you're feeling extremely sad and depressed. And don't forget to reach out for help. Reach out professional for help, mental health professional,
Yeah.
or friends that who can help you, right? Um, and to what, if you are the one yourself that going through, come back to have self-love, do some self-healing. If you're spiritual or religion, you have religious people, so you can seek for help, like a group, a community, a support group is very important for you to get through the depression uh, stage on
Yeah.
this. So it's necessary to go through this stage, because after this stage, then we go to the acceptance. All right, eventually you will go to your acceptance, accepting the loss that you know, and accept it, because we must have this in this stage acceptance in order to heal, in order to um, heal ourselves, either you're emotionally or you're physically.
So you're in a deep state of depression, and then all of a sudden have a realization. You become awake that,
Yes, like I say at the very beginning, everybody dealing grief differently,
yeah.
or even some people have depressed first before they have anger.
Oh, so it can
But
go in reverse.
yeah, so everybody is different.
Hmm.
But what I say is, it might be not a complete healing if you don't go through anger, just for example. Or it might be you just have anger, you don't have depressed at all, you just accept it. Okay, done, I accept it, and then you heal, you feel like you heal. But then you don't go to the depression stage, and then you have the anger inside of you. And the anger is kind of like a anger towards yourself, or anger have you seen people, like, let's say, the loved one that passed away, one day suddenly you feel anger that why they leave you, why they gone,
Yeah.
right? So that is part of the anger stage too.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
you have to go through all of them to heal. No matter, generally it's this
Yes.
stage, but sometimes it changes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then acceptance is you just realize, have a realization, and then you start making plans to move on, to change, to do something.
And think, yeah, explore like what option do you have. Let's say if you're divorced, and then this is the stage that you start to think, what kind of new life that you want, new plan, and then you start to plan, or have a goals how to move on.
Hmm. Okay, this is
Yeah.
good.
And then
So
that's
this
the
this is almost, and I guess it's like it's a little program to help you through it, through the.
yeah. So yeah, so understand that, you have to understand your emotion, like, also understand the stage of loss is very normal. So don't think that, oh, I'm in the stage of denial, it won't help me healing, or I'm in the stage of, let's say, oh, I want to get through it quickly. Just give yourself time to grieve, right? Give yourself time to heal, and don't think like, okay, I will want to make it short. I'm going to think every day, I'm going to think positively, and you did not go through your anger or your bargaining or your depressed at all, and from denial and right away to your accept. So that's, you just bury all your emotion inside, and eventually your body will show. It's called body syndrome, right? Because it's
Yeah,
a trauma that you need to release it.
yeah. Well, that's good. It's good. So
Hmm.
this is a good guidance direction to see where you're at.
Yeah.
Denial,
Yeah, the
anger.
most important thing is, try not to think that, oh, if I don't think about it, I will get through it. I ignore it, the problem, and it will go away faster. It doesn't do that way, right?
Do you think people
Yeah.
really know that they're ignoring it? Could they just ignore it just because it's part of, I don't know, like they don't
Or maybe
realize?
they get used to it. It's the habit.
Yes.
It's the habit. Yeah, that will be harder. So eventually, either you will, relieve the pain, because everybody will, let's say there's something that happened 10 years ago, after 10 years they're still in that pain.
Mm.
It means like they don't go through the stages of loss completely, they did not complete the cycle. So you have to go back to do some work, healing work. Either you seek for a professional, or either you go, if you're religious or a spiritual person, you can do spiritual healing, energy healing, all kinds of healing that you can do that will help you to go through the stages of loss.
Can you do hypnosis?
Yes. Or you're looking for chemotherapy therapies to help you to go through the every stages, like which stages is incomplete. Or for some people, like have, some type of trauma or shock or, loss, for many years ago, but they still have the pain. They know that. Or you can just look for hypnotherapies to help you to really complete the cycles.
Is it possible that somebody wouldn't know what stage they're at?
Yes.
Then how would you find it? How would you help them find out where they were at?
So it's time to call hypnotherapies. Yeah. Yeah.
You think you're
Yeah.
happy, but
If
then
you if you know, it means it's not subconsciously, it's conscious, right? If it's in the conscious, it's easy to heal.
mhm.
When you know it, it's the first step for healing. But if you don't know, then you have to really, like, look at your life, not just like, in one area. There's many area. It affect you in many area. For example, you're struggling in some area, right?
Yeah. So, okay. Let's see if anybody has any questions.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody has any questions about loss or grief or how to get a hold of Stephanie, get rid of this here. Her information at
Yeah.
beautifulmind.com. I mean,
Yeah.
beautifulmind.world is her.
Word.com, the website or the Instagram. You can follow me, Beautiful Mind World.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're going to end with a little meditation, huh?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're at home, just should we sit on the floor or a chair?
You can sit comfortably, or you can laying down comfortably. And first, and just allow yourself to have your eyes closed gently, and just to notice on your breathing pattern. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it long? Is it short? Just to observe. And notice that to try it, to see whether you can have your inhale and exhale a little longer, deeper, and slower. And just notice how your body feel when you make each of your inhale and exhale a little longer and a little deeper. And just allow yourself naturally inhale a little longer. Take a little more air into your lung, as if you can imagine a healing light sent to you from the earth, from Mother Earth, from the universe, to heal your lung. That we need a healthy lung to help us to go through this pandemic. Every inhale and exhale, slow and deep, as if it's a little massage to your lungs. Inhale the healing energy, or you can imagine and visualize the bright white light that help you. And when you exhale, release out all unnecessary energy that doesn't belong to you, back to the earth, back to the universe for recycle. And remember how relaxed you are when you just focus on your breathing. And release all the tension in any area, maybe on your face, your eyebrow, your jaw, your tongue, your chin, your ear, your neck. With each and every breath, inhale and exhale and release even more, and allow yourself to just relax in a few minutes. And you can do this breathing meditation any time throughout the day, just for like 3 minutes. And each time that you just focus in one area and really focus on how you're going to connect with the part of the body that you want to focus on. For example, that we focus on our lungs and really connect with it with every breath. It's like a small little conversation or a little connection with it. And take one deep inhale and let out exhale and slowly open your eyes.
Really relaxing. I had shoulder pain and I didn't even know it till you said to let go. I was like, oh,
Yeah, you holding
you're
on to
holding
it
on with
until
that.
you focus on it. I was like, oh, okay.
Take it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't see that there's any questions anywhere. Again, you can get a hold of Stephanie for a session, beautifulmindworld.com or beautifulmindworld at Instagram to make an
Yeah.
appointment.
And if you have question, I'm giving out 20 minutes online consultation. If you feel like that some loss or grief that you went through, but you're not really sure what stage you are on, or you're not really sure whether you go through all your stages, you are always welcome to contact me to get your 20 minutes online consultation.
Good. All right, so we have a few little announcements. We have the next event that we have with several of the girls is, oops, let's see if I can unlock that, make it a little smaller. Uh, we have 222 Portal Monday. Uh, that's going to be on Mindful Monday Day. And then 3/3/21 is a Portal Wednesday. 4/12 is a New Moon Wellness Wednesday. 5/26 is Lunar Eclipse in Sagittarius Wednesday. And 6/9 eclipse, solar eclipse in Gemini. It's a Wednesday. Every day, Monday through Fridays, Ascension News at 4:30. And I still have my cell, 3333. I have 23 essential oils. If anybody's interested, let me know. DM, email, message. So we want to thank you for
Thank you.
subscribing. Thank you, Stephanie, for
Thank
subscribing,
you.
liking, sharing, and coming on. Blessings, love, and peace, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye
Bye.
bye.